Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing very well. So, in today's session, we are going to start with our new chapter. So, the name of this chapter is Early Humans. In this chapter, we are going to see how we human beings looked in earlier or in previous time. Okay? So, let's start the chapter. See, early humans are the people who lived many years ago. Now, what is the meaning of early mans? Early mans are those human beings who lived many years ago. The life of early humans was different from that of our life today. And you know what? The life of those early humans are completely different from today's human beings' life. How they are different? In what way they are different? Let's see. Early humans lived like animals in the cave or on tree tops in the forest. You know, just like some animals live at treetops and some animals live in the cave. Just like them, early human beings also used to live in caves or on tree tops. They ate raw flesh of the animal. They also ate wild fruits, nuts, and roots. And you know what? What they eat? The food of early human beings? They eat raw meat. Means they don't cook those meats. They just hunt the animal, okay, tear up them and eat them. Okay, and they also eat wild fruits, okay, nuts, and with roots, okay, with roots. They also eat roots. Okay, here you can see in this picture, okay, here you can see in this picture beta, early human beings are taking rest in their cave. Here a person, this early man, is cooking a food for them. Okay, my dear students, let's see. They covered their bodies with the bark of trees or skin of wild animals which they had killed for their food. Now, if I tell you about what kind of clothes they wear, here you can see in this picture, my dear students. See, they are wearing maybe a male, maybe a female, maybe a small child. They wear the skin of the animal as their clothes. Okay. Early humans were afraid of the wild animals. And you know what? Early human beings are afraid of wild animals. They used sharp stones to kill them. They also learned to make stone tools. Okay. So, early human beings are afraid of wild animals. And like what? Tiger, lion, okay, wolf, foxes, they all are wild animals. So early human beings are afraid of them. So that's why for killing them, for killing purpose of those wild animals, they invented stone tools. Here you can see in this picture. See, this early human being killed a pig with this sharp stone object. Okay. Early humans learned to make fire by rubbing stones. Fire kept them warm in winters. And you know how fires are invented? See, in this picture, you can see there is an early human being and he is rubbing two stones with each other like this. Okay, and due to the rubbing of two stones with each other, it causes a fraction. Okay, and due to those fraction, heat or fire is evolved. Okay, and fire keep early human beings warm during winter season. Slowly they learned to use fire to cook their food. They roasted wild animals over the fire. And you know what? When fire is developed, early men think, why can't we cook our own food? So slowly the concept of cooking of food by early human beings was developed. Earlier, what they are doing, they just kill or they just hunt the animal, tear them apart eat the raw animal. But now they hunt animals, tear them, and just first cook them, and after cooking them they started eating those wild animals. Okay, and it tastes more delicious. Gradually, early humans learned farming. They began showing food, grains, and also learned to tame animals, including dogs, cows, goats, and sheep. They made these animals work from them. Now, slowly, early human beings started learning farming. Okay, they started rearing some animals like cow, goat, sheep, dog, who helped them. Okay, who helped them, those early human beings, in the food as well as their household work. Here you can see in this picture, this human being is taking milk from this cow. Okay, now the population of early humans grew over time. Okay, by the time the population of human beings started growing, they also learn to build their house with wood and stick, and then they begin to lead a settled life. Okay, now what happened? Okay, when fire was developed, early human beings started cooking their food, and after learning the cooking skills, they started keeping animals like goat, cow, buffalo as their pet. Now they learn farming skills. And after learning farming, they also learn we can build our own house. Okay, and by building our own house, we can settle here permanently. Okay, my dear students, in this picture, you can see this is an early human being. He is building his own house with the help of wooden sticks. Okay, now they started moving from one place to another. They moved first through sea routes, then they made the wheels. Now, after learning skills of fire, after learning farming, after learning rearing of animals, building their houses, now comes the turn of wheels. Okay, by the time early human beings started moving from one place to another. Okay, and for moving from one place to another, they use sea routes. Okay, and when they use sea route, after using sea routes, now they invented wheels. Okay, they invented wheels. It was a great invention, and you know what, my dear students, the invention of the wheels are great invention. Okay, they are considered as one of the greatest invention by our early human beings. They could now move from one place to another and carry goods by using carts. Now, after the invention of wheels, they can move from one place to another place easily. They can carry heavy amount of goods from one place to another place easily. Okay, in this picture you can see there are two early human beings. They are preparing wheels by cutting the oats from the tree. Okay, now with the help of the potter's wheel, they were able to make earthen pots of various shapes. Now, after the invention of wheel, they started learning the skill of making earthen pots. Okay, in this picture you can see, my dear student, there is an early human being who is making earthen pots. Okay, they used these pots for cooking food and drinking water. Now, what is the use of those earthen pots? They use those earthen pots for their cooking purpose, for their eating purpose, for storing the water. Okay, the life of early humans kept on changing with time, but change is the constant thing which happened in our universe. Okay, the life of human beings started changing continuously. Okay, so in this chapter we see the concept of human being. Earlier human beings eat raw foods. Okay, but by the invention of fire, they started cooking those foods and it become more tastier in more delicious in taste. Okay, and after the invention of fire, the invention of wheel started. Okay, and due to the invention of wheel, the moving of early human beings from one place to another place become easy. Okay, and early beings learned the skill of farming. They reared the animals like uh, cow, goats, buffalo. They not only give them food, but they also give them milk. Okay, and after this they also learned so many things. As I already told you, they started to learn. Here you can see, they started to learn how they can build their own house. Okay, my dear students, so this is all in, so this is in this chapter. So this is all in this chapter. Now what you have to do, my dear students, you have to complete your exercise which is based on this chapter. So this is all for today's session. Okay, till then, take very good care of yourself. Okay, see you in the next class. Bye.